Good morning. I just want to show you the current status of WotAI Flow. This is the new n8n workflow generator I've been working with. And as you can see, I have a successful generation here. It's a pretty complex workflow that I've prompted with this tool. And once I go and download this and I go into n8n, create a workflow, I want to import this into my n8n instance, and you can see here we have a pretty complex system that's been set up. Now we can see here that from the prompt, which was this and the entire wizard that I went through with Flow, we do have a finished workflow using native inside of n8n. Obviously, this will need to be reviewed and checked, but as you can see, we have within just a matter of minutes, we can build out a e-commerce order fulfillment and customer communication pipeline. So you no longer have to spend all that time trying to figure out every single node that needs to go into it. And if I come in here and let's create another one, you can see here I have my previously generated workflows available to me in the library. I can continue to download them or delete them. And here we have a bunch of ideas that you can cycle through depending on what department you might be interested in. Let's say it's escalate urgent tickets. Okay, let's hit continue. What I'll do is now analyze this workflow, see what types of things have to happen in order to successfully build this workflow. So the summary is automatically identifies urgent support tickets and escalates them to senior support staff or management through notifications and ticket updates. Great. If you want to continue to, or if you want to regenerate it or make modifications, you can do so here. You can see that it's also identified 7 steps in completing this workflow. You can add or you can delete. Here's additional information you can provide the workflow wizard. I'll go ahead and just use all the defaults. You can also specify different transformation of the data. If you know your exact data payload for incoming and outgoing, you can enter that here. Then I'll hit continue, and here are the suggested nodes, some native exactly as we'd want it to. And if you needed to add some additional integrations, you can type that here. I can say Discord, add Discord, and this will now include Discord as part of the evaluation for the workflow. Continue now, we can see here Discord included as part of this. So if I go back and I say skip and auto detect, it will still include Discord because I'd already selected that and did not remove it. Next, let's go ahead and click on generate workflow. And here we're going to start assessing and researching on the various nodes that will be required. It usually takes, like it says, 30 to 60 seconds, depending on how complex the workflow is. As you can imagine, we are building something fairly complex. So our goal here is to not get 100% of the way there, obviously, but at least get you to the point where you can import this JSON file and now get some of this workflow prepared for you. It's ready to go. So let's pause and I will come back because this will take a little bit of time and then we'll continue on once the workflow is actually generated. I think one of the important steps with WotAI Flow is the ability to see the logic tree here in the processing steps so that if you understand your current process and understand it very well because that's your niche and that's your vertical, you understand your logic and you can come in here and modify this using natural language without having to understand the underlying nodes that need to be put in place in order to fulfill this logic tree. So that is the goal here, is to make it as easy as possible for you as a new n8n user, a intermediate or advanced user, to not have to spend all that initial time doing the laying down of the foundation, but rather have the foundation built for you so that now you can spend the rest of your time actually customizing and fine-tuning that initial workflow versus the other way around. Right. So you may spend, I don't know, some folks may spend a week just to try and get this initial foundation workflow even set up, let alone understanding all the various data inputs, outputs, and so on and so forth. This is a result where after me building all of these workflows, hundreds of workflows over the past several years, I put down my process in a app form. And this is the result. And I'm excited to get this out into the market so you can start testing it out. It will come with a free trial so that you can generate a few free workflows, see if it fits your needs. And if so, then please subscribe and start to really use this tool within your daily lives, whether it's for personal or for business use. The workflow generator has finished its processing 10 nodes, and I'm going to say download this urgent ticket escalation. And so here, this is the next step. We're going to create the workflow, come in and import this file, urgent ticket escalation system. We're going to import this. So let's hit this little cleanup button so that this will clean it up for us. We don't have to do that manually. We are going to get urgent tickets from a PostgreSQL database, going to parse that information. There's an if statement to check escalation status. If it's not a urgent message, then no further action is needed. Update the ticket status. And here we have a bunch of notification options. Again, this is up to you, whichever one you want to use or all of them. And then update that escalation back into the Postgres database. Here is an interesting situation where we have a complete workflow. I think this will actually work once we fill out the credentials and things of that nature. But what is interesting to me is that it decided to use PostgreSQL instead of some other third-party system you might be using. Maybe it's Zendesk you're using. And so this is where once you put in the integration points, right, the services here, if you did not pick anything specifically, then it's not going to add that for you. So definitely would want you to do that and make sure that it is set up properly. But this is more of a demo on how the actual system will work and how far along this can get you in terms of building an actual workflow. So I hope this helps you, and we will be making this available very, very soon. I'm very excited about that. And so stand by, and we will see you next time. Take care.